Over 2,500 years ago, a Chinese military general sat down and wrote a short book about strategy and warfare. He could not have imagined that his words would still be read and followed by business leaders, athletes, politicians, and entrepreneurs in the 21st century. He could not have imagined that his lessons would be studied at Harvard Business School, applied on Wall Street trading floors, and referenced by some of the most successful people alive today. But they are. Welcome to Book Essence, where we unlock the essence of every book so you get the wisdom without spending weeks reading. Today, we are unlocking one of the oldest, shortest, and most enduringly powerful books ever written, The Art of War by Sun Tzu. This book is not just about winning battles, it is about understanding conflict, competition, strategy, and human nature at the deepest possible level. Let us unlock it. The most famous passage in the entire book contains perhaps the most important strategic insight ever written. Know yourself and know your enemy, and in 100 battles you will never be in danger. Know yourself, but not your enemy, and for every victory you will suffer a defeat. Know neither yourself nor your enemy, and you will lose every battle. Sun Tzu believed that most conflicts are decided before the first move is ever made. The side that has done the deeper preparation, that understands its own strengths, weaknesses, and resources, and has studied the opponent with equal honesty, has already won a significant advantage before any action begins. This applies to every competitive situation in modern life. Before entering a business negotiation, know your position completely. Know what you can offer. Know your limits. Know what the other party wants, fears, and values. Before launching a product, know your own capabilities honestly. Know the market. Know the competition. Know where you are genuinely stronger and genuinely weaker. The person who enters any competition with clear, honest knowledge of both sides operates from a position of extraordinary strategic advantage. Most people focus entirely on what they want to achieve. Sun Tzu says, understand the full reality of the situation first, then act. Here is the idea from this book that most surprises people when they first encounter it. Sun Tzu says the supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting, not to win the biggest battle, not to crush the opponent most decisively, but to achieve your objective without the costly, destructive process of direct conflict at all. This is counterintuitive in a culture that glorifies fighting. We celebrate those who charge in boldly, who confront directly, who win through force. Sun Tzu says this is the mark of an average strategist. The greatest strategist wins before the battle begins through preparation, positioning, intelligence, and timing, so that by the time any confrontation occurs, the outcome is already determined. In business, the company that dominates its market through genuine innovation and deep customer loyalty does not need to fight expensive battles with competitors. The battle is already won. In negotiation, the person who has done the most preparation, who understands all interests at the table, who has created genuine value for both parties, does not need to fight for a good outcome. They have already created one. The goal is never the fight. The goal is the outcome, and the best outcomes are achieved with the minimum necessary conflict. Sun Tzu places enormous emphasis on two forces that most people dramatically underestimate: positioning and timing. On positioning, he says the skilled commander places themselves in a position where victory is possible before taking any action. The unskilled commander acts first and then hopes a favorable position will emerge. This distinction between creating favorable conditions before acting and hoping favorable conditions will emerge after acting separates strategic excellence from strategic mediocrity. In practical terms, positioning means asking before any major decision, am I in the best possible position to succeed at this? Do I have the right resources, the right relationships, the right knowledge, the right timing? If the answer is no, wait, prepare, position, then act from strength rather than desperation. On timing, Sun Tzu is equally emphatic. The right action at the wrong time produces the wrong result. The wrong action at the right time sometimes succeeds, but the right action at the right time, executed from a position of strength, is nearly unstoppable. Most people act when they feel ready emotionally, when motivation is high, when excitement peaks. The strategist acts when conditions are optimal, regardless of how they personally feel in the moment. One of Sun Tzu's most important principles is one that feels increasingly relevant in the modern world. He says, "Water has no constant form. In war, there are no constant conditions." The general who can modify tactics in response to the situation and thereby succeed may be called divine. Adaptability is not weakness. It is the highest form of strategic intelligence. The general who commits to a fixed plan and refuses to adjust as conditions change is not demonstrating strength. They are demonstrating rigidity, one of the most dangerous qualities in any competitive environment. Sun Tzu describes the ideal strategist as someone who is formless, like water. Water does not insist on a particular shape. It flows around obstacles. It finds the path of least resistance to its destination. It adapts completely to whatever container it occupies. Yet, water, given enough time and force, can wear down the hardest stone. The most effective competitors in any field combine clear, unwavering commitment to their ultimate objective with complete flexibility about how they get there. The goal is fixed, the path is fluid. This combination, clarity of purpose with flexibility of method, is what Sun Tzu means by being formless. Sun Tzu devotes significant attention to two forces that shape every competitive situation: intelligence and deception. On intelligence, he is unequivocal. The general who does not know the enemy's condition because he refuses to spend resources on intelligence is not frugal, he is foolish. Information is the foundation of strategy. The side that knows more about the terrain, the opponent, the timing, the resources available, operates with a profound advantage over the side that does not. In modern terms, research, market intelligence, customer understanding, competitive analysis, these are not optional extras. They are the foundation of any serious strategic effort. On deception, Sun Tzu is equally direct. All warfare is based on deception. When capable, appear incapable. When active, appear inactive. When near, appear far. When far, appear near. This is not an endorsement of dishonesty in everyday life. It is a recognition that in genuinely competitive situations, the element of surprise, the hidden strength, the unexpected move has historically decided outcomes that direct force alone could not. The final profound principle of this book is about what genuine victory means. Sun Tzu was not interested in Pyrrhic victories, victories achieved at such enormous cost that the winner is left too damaged to benefit from winning. He consistently emphasized the importance of achieving objectives while preserving resources, your own army, your own strength, your own capacity to act. A victory that destroys your own ability to move forward is not a victory. This principle translates directly to modern life in ways that matter enormously. Winning a negotiation so completely that the other party feels humiliated and seeks revenge is not a victory. It is a future defeat in preparation. Dominating a competitor so aggressively that you exhaust your own resources and culture is not a victory, it is a long-term loss. Building a business so relentlessly that you destroy your own health and relationships is not success, it is a different kind of failure. Sun Tzu's vision of strategic excellence is one of sustainable, preserved, intelligent victory, where the goal is achieved, the resources are maintained, and the position after winning is stronger than the position before the battle began. Let us bring together the greatest lessons from the art of war. 1. Know yourself and know your enemy. Honest, thorough preparation before action is the foundation of all strategic success. 2. The supreme art is to win without fighting. Achieve your objective through positioning, preparation, and intelligence before direct conflict becomes necessary. 3. Position yourself for victory before you act. Create favorable conditions first, then move from strength. 4. Timing is everything.
The right move at the right moment, executed from the right position, is nearly unstoppable. 5. Be like water. Adapt completely. Hold your ultimate objective fixed and remain completely flexible about how you reach it. 6. Victory must be sustainable. Win in ways that preserve your own strength and capacity. A victory that destroys you is not a victory. Sun Tzu wrote these words for generals on battlefields, but the battles he described, for advantage, for position, for sustainable victory, are the same battles fought today, in every boardroom, every negotiation, every competitive arena. The art of war is 2,500 years old. It will still be relevant in 2,500 more, because human nature does not change, and neither do its laws. That is the essence of the art of war, and that is what we do here at Book Essence. We take the world's most powerful books and unlock their wisdom, so you can think more strategically starting today. If this video sharpened your thinking, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to think more strategically. Every week on Book Essence, a new book, a new lesson, a new chance to grow. Until next time, keep reading, keep growing, and keep unlocking your essence. See you in the next one.